A lot of time went into this. I have all my notes on this document. I synthesized them all, put them in a PDF, so it's separate than my notes. And I'll put that in the next, or probably this section, so you guys can download, follow along. You can have dosage, you can have timing for all the supplements, you can have all the supplements listed. And then I'll do my best. I can't guarantee all of them, but I'll do my best to find a link for like a good sourcing of each supplement, each product that I recommend. Not recommend, I'm not recommending anything, but that I talk about, that I think is a good sourcing, I think is a good price, all that jazz. So forgive me if I keep looking over at my computer. That's where all my notes are, and I cannot remember all this stuff. So I won't read it off like a teleprompter, but I will certainly be looking at it every once in a while. But this section will start really lightly. We'll start with supplement. These are gonna be the easiest to find, probably the least effective, but the safest, easiest to find, and all that. I'll be as organized as possible with this. Some of my notes are all over the place, so bear with me. But we'll start with ubiquinol. Ubiquinol is a form of coenzyme Q10. I'm sure you've probably seen coenzyme Q10, like CoQ10 supplements at Walmart or Hy-Vee or wherever you shop at. Super popular supplement, especially for like heart issues and stuff like that. I've taken coenzyme Q10 before, didn't notice much of a difference, but it could be because I get enough coenzyme Q10 through my diet. This is a more bioavailable form of coenzyme Q10 called ubiquinol. The coenzyme Q10 is certainly a powerful supplement, but it's not very well absorbed through the body. So they created ubiquinol, which is the active ingredient sort of in coenzyme Q10, to make it more bioavailable. I would also pair ubiquinol with Shilajit or some form of fulvic acid. Fulvic acid really enhances the bioavailability of a lot of minerals and a lot of supplements, and so this is one that I would certainly pair with. If you're going to spend the money on ubiquinol, certainly spend the money on Shilajit. Enhance its ability to absorb in your bloodstream. Shilajit's pretty popular. You've probably seen it on like TikTok or something. It looks like a black tar, and you like mix it in water and drink it. Very good for mineral support as well. A great supplement just to add to your regimen. The second one on the list, taurine. Taurine is an amino acid that helps regulate your electrolyte balance. It's good for overall cardiovascular health. It has a strong antioxidant effect. It helps with muscle contraction, and it really does help with muscle soreness. So it could be something, it's a cheap supplement. Most amino acids are pretty cheap and easy to find. Also very safe and tolerable. You won't see massive improvements with it, but it's not a bad supplement to add to the regimen. Next one, fish oil. Super popular as well, especially nowadays with all the advent of seed oils. So seed oils are incredibly high in omega-6 fatty acids. And so our body has omega-3, omega-6 ratio that it always keeps track of, and once our omega-6 gets too out of line, omega-6s are supposed to be higher than omega-3s, but once it gets so high that it's out of ratio, we get inflamed, our recovery sucks, and it's just overall not a very good experience. So fish oils are becoming more and more popular due to that reason, that if we take a fish oil which is high in omega-3s, or even just eating fish a couple times a week, eating sardines or whatever else you like to do, that will help that balance. It'll be very good at anti-inflammatory, especially if that balance is wrong. Fish oil could be a life-changing supplement if your omega-3 to omega-6 ratio is so far off that it could make a big difference. I don't notice a big difference myself because I stay away from seed oils as much as possible. Of course, I'm not perfect. I'll eat fries and chips on the occasion as well, but I don't notice a big effect from it just because my ratio is already pretty good. There's a way to test that ratio, but it's not really worth your money unless you really think it's a problem. Also safe, easy to find. You want to make sure you have a good form though, because some of the fish oil can get oxidized in the bottle. If the bottle's not tinted or the capsules aren't tinted and it's stored bad and it's super old, it'll oxidize, and actually the omega-3s will turn into oxidized fats that are just as bad for you as seed oils or something like that. So if you take one like a soft gel open and you crack it like with your teeth or something, and it smells rancid like rotten fish, it's bad. Like, throw the entire thing out. It's not worth taking. It's going to do you more harm than good. So make sure you have a good sourcing. Next one on the list, magnesium. This one's huge. I'm willing to bet a lot of money that 100% of you, 95% of you are deficient in magnesium. So you'll see an improvement if you start supplementing with magnesium. I have a magnesium transdermal spray. I wish I had it around here, but I just spray it on my legs and like rub it in, and it tingles and kind of burns a little bit, but I can see a difference with muscle soreness. If I'm super sore from the gym or something and I spray that on, there's a little bit of a calming effect from it. But if you get a full magnesium supplement, I think Bioptimizers makes like a full magnesium with all the different kinds but that's a pretty good form, because then it covers your basis of all the different kinds of magnesium. So that is one that I would certainly recommend taking. Then more of the performance enhancing supplements directly. You can take oral ATP. So if you've taken any basic biology class, you understand that ATP, adenosine triphosphate, is super vital for performance, vital for all metabolic performances and really skill performances as well. You need it for energy. ATP is energy, and you can take a ATP supplement, which has been shown to increase your muscle ATP levels, which is super fascinating. I have no idea why more people aren't doing this. It's kind of silly to me that why this is not like a massive supplement, but there you go. I just put you guys on. It would be much more bioavailable if you inject it. So if you're comfortable with that, inject ATP into your muscle and you'll get more energy for sure. You have to be careful with it, of course, because if you get too much, it's not a good idea, but orally you'll be completely fine if you take it in a supplement form. I would take that pre-workout and not close to bedtime. Next one, oral L-carnitine, L-tartrate or something. It's an L-carnitine paired with something to increase its bioavailability. L-carnitine's not super well absorbed, but it's a very popular supplement in the running space, and it's got a lot of popularity with like Alberto Salazar and Steve Magnus. They did a lot of experimental stuff with it, more in the injectable form. I don't think they did too much in the oral form because it's not absorbed very well. You have to take so much of it to actually increase the muscle levels of L-carnitine. But if you're able to stomach it, it doesn't bother with you, you will see a performance increase with taking oral L-carnitine. You want to make sure you're taking this with a high carb meal because it needs a level of insulin to be absorbed into the bloodstream and absorbed into the muscles. L-carnitine will facilitate the fatty acid transport system. So if you're going for a longer run, you need your fat oxidation rates to be tippy top. It will certainly help with that. Now, if you're comfortable with it, injecting L-carnitine is much more powerful and way more effective. And it is completely legal up to like 50 milliliters, which makes no sense. Like, why are we measuring it in 50 milliliters? You measure like that type of stuff in milligrams. So whoever wrote that on the WADA like banned list, like, you can read it. It says up to 50 milliliters. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, no one's gonna inject 50 milliliters into their quad. They would just have like a massive bubble and it would hurt so bad, or like their butt or something. Like, I don't understand. I'm guessing what they meant is IV, but I don't know. Anyways, L-citrulline malate, I've taken this a couple times before races and stuff, and I've noticed a big difference. Not in races particular, but like before lifting and stuff, I can see a big improvement in my vascularity and my pumps in the gym and my pumps starting to work out. Like, I can see like my calf veins, even if I'm not super lean, doing like a workout when I take L-citrulline malate before race. It's a vasodilator, just like what it sounds like. It increases the size of the veins, dilates them out, so blood is more easily able to be transported. It helps with lactate clearance, it helps with recovery, it helps with all that type of stuff. I don't notice much of a difference with performance, but I do notice a difference with recovery. So if I'm doing like 200-meter reps and it's like high lactic type of work and I stop, I can notice a difference of like lactate clearance and stuff like that when I have periods of rest. On the same lines of lactate, beta-alanine is a super popular supplement. I guess it's gaining more popularity in like energy drinks and stuff. If you know that face tingling effect, the hand tingling effect, or the feet tingling effect, or really anything where you feel the itches or the tingles after you take a pre-workout. That's beta-alanine. Pre-workout manufacturers are kind of hijacking your system, thinking that like that itchiness is like getting you amped up, but it has no effect on your nervous system. It has no effect on your energy. They're just doing that so you feel some type of effect from their energy drink other than just the caffeine or whatever chemicals they put in there. But beta-alanine actually buffers lactate in the bloodstream, or in the muscles actually. So if you're able to supplement with beta-alanine up to, I think you have to take up to 100 grams, which you take, I think the dosage is 3.2 or 3.6 grams a day. So it would take roughly 30 days to get up to that 100 gram mark. Then you'll start to see some differences. At least that's what they show in the studies, that you're able to see differences in lactate buffering when you get up to that 100 gram mark. So it's a pretty cheap supplement that I would recommend taking. I've taken it many times before. It does suck to take because you get the face tingles, your hands tingle, and if it's cold, like if you're taking it in the winter, it sucks. Like, it is not comfortable. Nothing about it is a good experience. But after you get to like that 100 gram mark, I've noticed that the tingles kind of go away and you get more